Welcome, everyone. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Monica. Hi, Bill. Hi, Susan. Anne, good to see you.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Outside. That's good.
Yeah, I am outside.
Michelle, welcome. Okay, looks like we are well represented by our female members tonight. I like to see that. All right, so we'll give people another minute or two to come on as usual. So as you get ready, you might want to have something to take notes on, to record your experiences or any insights that you get. Also, make sure you have a comfortable seat for meditation. I love Anne's seat out there outside. Beautiful.
Yeah, we're having lovely winter weather. It's about, I don't know, it's going to get to about 22. So that's classic winter. It started off at 7, which is very, very cold.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Looks perfect.
But this is what winter is like here.
Pretty nice. Pretty nice. All right.
We see you up, Anne.
Hi, Monica. Thank you. Thank you for all your messages and help and everything.
You're so welcome.
Good to see you up and around, Anne.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get started, and then Garth can let people in as we go along. But if everyone will mute for the moment, and then we'll come back on at the end for sharing and discussion. So welcome everyone to this ROV Raising Our Vibration meditation session on the Humanities Team platform. Thank you so much to Humanities Team for hosting us, and to Garth for handling all the recording and all the logistics. And he puts this recording up on Humanities Stream, so that if you are a member of Humanities Stream, you can rewatch it and practice along with it again. So tonight, we have a big night because we are wrapping up this exploration of the book Awakening the Mind by Anna Wise. And this has just been, I think we've been doing this book maybe for about 3 months. It's just been a wealth of wonderful practices. And tonight, we'll do the culminating practice from the book that she calls, let's see, expanding and contracting consciousness. I'm going to rephrase it a little, call it expanding and integrating consciousness. And you'll see why at the end. But let's begin as usual. We're in chapter 10. I'll do a little reading from Anna to set the stage for our practice, and then we'll go right into it. So on page 239, she says, developing an awakened mind requires personal commitment. People who wish to achieve this goal have learned to integrate tools for brainwave mastery into their lives, creating a meditation routine that is both enjoyable and tailored for their individual needs. Once someone has found his or her rhythm with meditation and has developed a regular practice, long-term effects may begin to take place. These effects vary greatly and depend upon the individual. Some results come quickly, and others may take time to mature. Among these long-term effects, you may find greater skill in handling unexpected situations, more mental flexibility and increased creativity, greater intuition and insight, fewer health problems, or a better ability to deal with the health problems that do arise, increased emotional stability, less overall stress, and a heightened spiritual awareness. If you meditate regularly, you will almost certainly feel changes. These changes can be as subtle as a gentle sense of relaxation or serenity, or they might manifest dramatically as periods of ecstasy and bliss. You may also experience mood swings or feelings of confusion or sadness as you undertake the house cleaning of your subconscious. with practice, you will learn how to use the downtimes beneficially. And this is one of the biggest points that I think is important to make with meditation, is that every moment is an opportunity for greater awareness, especially those that don't feel so good, because those moments are ones where you are kind of unearthing subconscious tensions when they're coming to the surface, so you can recognize them and learn how to relate differently to the situations in which they arise. Now, there are two basic types of practices that we've worked with in this book and that we work with generally. One is focused attention on specific content. So it may be the content of imagery, like we've done a lot in this book, or it could be the content of your subconscious that arises. So there's focused attention on specific content or on a specific cue, like the sensation of breathing. And then there's the practice of open awareness, where you become more aware of the space within which all this content arises. And as Anna points out in this chapter, it's really important to learn to use both of those practices, because one, the specific content helps to involve your mind, calm and quiet your mind by having something specific, one-pointed to focus on. And then the open awareness helps you have equanimity with whatever content arises, and also a deeper connection to that vast sense of awareness that's our essential being. So these two types of practices are throughout this book, and something that we continue to explore in all the books that we work with. Now, Geoffrey Blundell, who is the British engineer who invented the mind mirror. The mind mirror is the EEG device that Anna Wise used to measure all these brainwave states, along with C. Maxwell Cade. And he says about the ultimate goal of this whole process. The ultimate goal is to achieve the primordial state of non-dual awareness. And this brings me to the final brainwave pattern to introduce, the pattern I call the evolved mind. This pattern is also a combination of beta, alpha, theta, and delta on the mind mirror. And I would also add gamma, because the gamma brainwaves were discovered and researched after this book was written. The difference between it and the awakened mind is that even more of the frequencies of each category are activated in a very organized, stabilized, and consistent way. By presenting a perfectly unified, symmetrical field of brainwave frequencies, it provides a tangible demonstration through the brainwave pattern itself of non-dualistic union. In other words, the unconscious has become conscious. And there is no division between the unconscious, the subconscious, and the conscious mind. So there's a total integration of the mind in this evolved mind pattern. And that's something that we work toward in our practice. That's a natural evolution of our practice. Barbara Marx Hubbard, who you may know as for her books on energy work, or she is also a social innovator and a futurist. She said this about the evolved mind. She said, "My experience is that I am a universal human. I am a new being upon this earth. I have come forth from the whole process of creation. I am 15 billion years old." So this universal knowledge is not only available to us, is available to us if we know where to look and how to access it, which is what all these practices are about. In other words, it's right there for the taking. It is our essential nature. We just have to unblock the blocks and get out of our own way. Okay. So with that, those thoughts in mind, let's move into this final practice in the awakened mind. Again, that she calls the expansion and contraction of consciousness. And she describes the principle behind this meditation is to allow you to expand your energy in order to connect with your higher self or spiritual source, and then contract again into your finite incarnate being to bring that spirituality and infinite wisdom into the corporeal details of everyday life. So, in other words, this process of integration of the vast consciousness that is our essential being with our embodied consciousness here now. All right. So let's move right into our practice. So as always, have a comfortable, upright, seated position with your feet firmly on the ground. And if you have another way you'd prefer to sit, that's fine as well. As usual, let's cup our hands in our laps with the tips of our thumbs touching lightly. And lightly close your eyes. And we'll begin as usual with our series of preliminary cues. So first, take a moment to settle in your seat. And be present here and now in your body. And notice anything you're carrying with you into this meditation session. So there may be thoughts lingering from the activities of the day, or lingering emotions. You may have different sensations in your body. And see if you can allow all of that just to be as it is. You don't need to fix or change any of that. Allow yourself to be just as you are. Feel out into the space around you as a sacred space, a safe space that embraces you. You might notice that your body begins to relax even more as you feel yourself sitting in this safe space. Now consider your intention for this practice. Why is this important to you? And consider that this practice is not only for you, that the effect of this practice extends to all of us gathered here together. This is a group practice, and the group energy really feeds the energy of the practice. The effect of this practice extends to all your loved ones, to everyone you interact with, and even more widely and invisibly to all beings and throughout our collective consciousness. You are part of a greater whole, and your state of consciousness matters. So consider dedicating this practice to the well-being of all beings. we all might tune in inside, relax more deeply, connect with the essence of who we are, and feel the integration of our greater being with our embodied being. So there's no separation. Now let's move through our posture cues, focusing down into the feeling of contact of the soles of your feet on the ground. Awaken sensory awareness in your feet and your toes. And allow your feet to soften and relax, as if they are melting deep down into the earth. Feel the solid support and grounded presence of the earth underneath you. Allow that feeling of grounded presence to flow up through your feet, up through your shins and calves, up through your knees and thighs, into your hips and pelvic bowl, resting down in your seat. Feel the weight of your body resting down in your pelvic bowl, resting down in your seat, resting down on the earth. Focus into your palms and fingers resting cupped in your lap. Awaken sensory awareness here in your hands. And allow your hands to soften and relax, as if they are melting down into your legs. Feel the soft openness in your hands, connected to the soft openness in your heart. And as your hands relax, allow your arms and shoulders to relax down, releasing any tension in your shoulders, your neck, and your head. Imagine and feel a string attached to the top of your head, drawing your spine gently upright, giving you a feeling of vertical spaciousness right up through the core of your body, right up through the top of your head. Feel your spine gently stretched from your perineum and tailbone like a string of luminous pearls right up through the top of your head. And feel the top of your head open to the open expanse of the sky above. Feel the tingling aliveness at the top of your head. As you sense that vast open awareness above. Now, tuck your chin slightly to gently lengthen the back of your neck. And lightly close your lips and breathe in and out through your nose. Rest your tongue upon the roof of your mouth with the tip of your tongue touching the gum line behind your upper front teeth. Soften and relax your tongue here. Softening your tongue sends a relaxation signal through your vagus nerve from the center of your brain down through your heart, your abdomen, and out through your whole body. As you feel this wave of relaxation, smile, a subtle smile of calm happiness, of appreciation and gratitude for this time together to tune in to our deeper essence. And connect that feeling of our essential being with the feeling of being here now in our bodies. Allow this feeling of smiling to shine through your eyes. Release any tension from your eyebrows and your forehead. Allow this feeling of smiling to wash down from the top of your head, down through the center of your brain, down through your neck, your spine, down between your shoulder blades, down through your lower back, down through your sacrum and tailbone, and down into the ground. Feel your body as a whole from the inside. The entire space, inside and including your skin. Calm and happy. As if every cell is smiling, radiating pure positive energy. Now feel out through the pores of your skin into the space all around you. So you feel the space inside and all around you as one space. As if your skin dissolves. And there's one space inside and all around. No inside, no outside. Simply an open space of awareness. And from here, begin to allow yourself to expand. So you have a sense of growing larger and larger. Feel the expansion of your energy system from your spine outwards, from that column of light shining out into this expanding space. You may feel it as an expansion of a bubble around you, expanding outward in all directions at once. You may experience it almost as a sense of going home to your essential being, a return to the light. You may now begin to experience it as a sense of reaching upward and outward to your higher self. And as you reach out to your higher self, you realize that your higher self is at the same time reaching down to you. Your higher self wishing to make connection with you, just as you wish to make connection with it. So you experience this union that is your birthright, your origin, your home. And from this expanded perspective, you can begin to get in touch with the infinite, the universal, expanding now infinitely in all directions. Feel out to the edges of this infinite space and beyond that, and beyond that. You are boundless, without edges. Let go. And rest as this vast openness. Attuning with the infinite. You can feel the flow of rightness, the sense of being on the correct path. You can begin to have a sense of the big picture, kind of knowledge of the cosmos. Leading you to a sense of the source of the cosmos. No matter what name or names you choose to use. Peace, love, God, higher power, source, essence. One of the 1,000 names of God. Begin to experience a universal wisdom beyond any labels, any names, as a felt sense, unknown, beyond the mind. Feel the harmony and bliss of this universal knowing, this felt sense of the infinite. Rest as a felt sense of being itself. Simply being. Vast. Open. Beyond even space and time. Let go and rest as infinite openness. Vast and luminous. Here, from this perspective that's beyond perspectives, everything is right, in perfect order. You may see with absolute clarity of vision, or it may be blurred in blissful equanimity. Your understanding is complete and whole. There's a sense of deep satisfaction and peacefulness that prevails. It is always present. Underneath it all, surrounding it all. Now you begin to gaze down upon the smaller, more contracted world of your embodied self. And it gently and slowly begins to become clear how right things are down here, too. You feel at once magnificently, endlessly, boundlessly large, and yet intimate and comfortable in the humanness of your embodied being. At home, and both at once. They are inseparable. Of the same. You can, if you wish, now look down and begin to see your smaller self struggling with something. Perhaps some confusion or difficulty or tension that would have normally caused a problem. You can, if you wish, drop a line of connection, like a plumb line or a ray of awareness, down to your smaller embodied self, filling your smaller self with universal consciousness, with that knowingness. So that you have both at the same time, simultaneously aware of the expanded and the limited, the infinite and the finite. the transcendent and the earthbound. Awareness of both. Union of both. Emerging of your higher self with that which is small. An integration of your infinite self with your earthly self. And in this union, allow yourself to have a new perspective, a higher awareness, a spiritual understanding of your embodied issues and corporeal experience. Seeing the finite from the infinite, and knowing that all is well. There's a greater wisdom. Present in every event, every interaction, every issue that arises. Calling forth a greater potential within. Calling forth the potential to live in this body here and now with the realization of the greater essence, the infinite nature of your being. You may now choose to bring this universal wisdom to any other aspect of yourself that you wish. Bringing this expanded perspective to the smaller details of life, to see them in a new light. You may see a deeper purpose in everything that's happening here from this infinite perspective. Allow yourself to soak in this infinite perspective. Feel it in every cell of your body. Allow it to flow in through the top of your head, down through your crown, your brain. A stream of light flowing down through your neck, shoulders, arms, and hands, your chest and upper back, your abdomen and lower back, your hips, legs, and feet. The infinite infusing the finite. So you know yourself as an expression of one life, one consciousness, experiencing itself in an infinite variety of moments and forms. While remaining essentially one. Feel the inseparable oneness within and all around. Within each of us gathered here together. We are all expressions of this one consciousness. Experiencing life from different perspectives. Always remaining connected. Now feel your body as a whole from the inside and notice how you feel. If you could sum up this feeling in a word, phrase, or an image, what would this be? Record this word, phrase, or image together with this feeling in your body, so you remember it. And bring it with you, share it in all your interactions. And can return to this felt sense of greater perspective, of self-realization. Anytime. And just take a few more moments to allow this experience to settle in, integrate here and now. Maintaining this felt sense of deep inner presence. Very slowly begin to open your eyes. Taking the feeling of the space all around you. Feeling of all of us gathered here together. And if you want to make any notes on your experience, take some time to do that. If you'd like to share your experience either in the chat or out loud, we welcome that too. See, we had a few other people join us after we started, so welcome Latifa, Fred, Cindy, Carol. Yes, Wendy.
First, I want to say thank you so much, as always. Even though your basic lead-in is the same each time, it's very profound for me. I'm sure because it's the same each time, it's very easy to flow into it.
Oh, good.
I felt myself expand into this greater awareness. And then you said something about, if there's an issue or problem, but you were looking from way out there down at our smaller self.
Mm-hmm.
And my issue is always, I'm never way out there. My point of view is always centered in my heart or somewhere in the center of this conglomerate. It's greatly expanded, but part of me goes, oh, I just can't, it criticizes me for not being able to have that sort of out of body experience, no matter how hard I try. But then the solution, of course, is to go, no, you're perfect as yourself. Each one of everyone has their own experience, and just be grateful for yours. And which was really a lovely, profound experience. The word in the end in my body was simply alive, to feel life in every cell of my body is a very profound experience. I'm very grateful to be in my body at this point. So that's sort of my lesson from the whole thing. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you for sharing that. Love that. And such an important point to really honor how all these practices arise for each of us and allow it to just be what it is, because that's what it is for us. And we are each a unique conglomeration, as you said, a unique perspective that filters all of this in a unique way. And it's important to honor that. So thank you, Wendy. Yes, Susan, I think I see your hand.
Sorry, yes, I'm in the dark. I'm outside sitting on the ground with my dog for the half moon out and clear sky. The thing that stood out for me this time was that as I thought about connecting with my higher self, and of course, higher self being so expansive, I kind of envisioned or felt like I had this point at the top of my crown of where I've got like one funnel of light with my higher self and a funnel going the opposite direction that is me, and that kind of being the connecting point between the two. And it's like that connection is, it feels like it's a constant connection that's always there that I'm feeling for the first time.
Nice. I love that. Great imagery. And I love you being outside for this meditation too. You have a real sense of the space behind you, which is awesome.
Yeah. It's a beautiful property. I'm at a home that was built by my grandparents after World War II. So I'm going to be moving here. And so I've been here this week and just trying to get lay of the land and figure out what condition the house is in.
Okay. Nice. A new adventure.
It is. And it's a beautiful yard with a great place to sit outside.
Oh, great. Monica.
I'll lower my hand now. That was great. Thank you so much, Kevin. And it was so great to see everybody. And I love everyone's comments. What I noticed, it was really, really peaceful, so beautiful. And I noticed like a sense of no beginning, no end. And that always brings me a lot of peace. Like there's no beginning, no end to anything, in a sense of, well, let's see how to like, well, there is in small ways, right? Like there's always beginnings and ends, but in the bigger, more absolute perspective, I guess, spiritual perspective or a spiritual perspective is, it felt like no beginning, no end. And then it just gave me a sense of, just like profound oneness with everything. It was really beautiful. That was what happened for me. And I did have a question about mind. Like, you know how on the app there's one called Light, I think Clear Light, and it just talks about where is the mind? You know, it kind of goes into where is the mind.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you really, like, when I really look, there is no mind. There's like a brain, but then like today it felt like it reminded me of that a little, as, you know, maybe there is no mind, like I don't have a mind brain, but like it's more of a conscious, collective conscious mind.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if how you can explain that, Kev. But then also, like, when I need to put attention or focus, then I just focus attention there. I don't know, but it actually brings me a little bit of more peace to think I don't have mind of my own, but kind of more of course, a brain, but I can think and focus, but I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that's kind of trying to describe how the infinite becomes finite. Like what's that relationship there? It's like there is a felt sense of finite being, embodied being, having thoughts and feelings and emotions. And if you really look at those, you see that anytime you try to define a beginning or end to those, that's kind of an arbitrary decision of the mind narrating a story that makes things finite with beginnings and ends. But really, there is no beginning and end. There are no separations in consciousness. It's just a way that consciousness creates experience.
That's really helpful. I was feeling that somewhat. I didn't know how to put it into words like that, but that really helps a lot because, yeah, like you said, how the infinite becomes finite, right?
Right. And that's if there was no taking of a perspective, there would be no experience.
Right. Yeah.
There would just be infinite openness, oneness without any separation, any change, so in order to have an experience, consciousness has to take a perspective from which it views other finite beings that are created in that moment of adopting a perspective.
I just wrote that down. That's really helpful. I feel like I'm really feeling that in this practice today. And so you can think of it as no beginning, no end.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just a kind of a choice of consciousness to just say, you know, I want to have an experience, so I'm going to create a perspective of no beginning. I mean, an end or a perspective to have an experience, but it's really just like you said, arbitrary, just to have an experience, but there is no kind of like, it's really also can consider it not really happening too.
Yeah, depending on if you're resting as that infinite perspective or if you're experiencing something like having a thought, or which involves having a point of view, right? So
That's really powerful for me today. Thank you so much, Kev. I think I might have been thinking about that for like years, maybe. But thank you. That really helps. Thank you.
Thanks, Monica. Thanks for bringing that up. I'm going to read from Fred and then Bill. Fred says, "Thank you, Kevin, and all participants. I felt I kept being aware of my body, perhaps because my body felt too tired." And it's the middle of the night for Fred. Let's be clear about that. So it's amazing, Fred, that you get on with us here in the middle of the night. But since I made a recording, I'll try to listen to it when I'm more awake. I love the commentaries. Yes. Thank you, Fred. Thanks for being here in the wee hours. Bill.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. That's as usual. So that was a wonderful session. And I really enjoy all the comments here. On top of the fact that somebody's in the middle of the night and somebody's an evening time, and it just marvels me and the wonders of the human experience as we are on our different perspectives of time, you know. But this one, I was back to my same totally releasing and ending in a white, and it's kind of like a white mist moving, and it's just completely white, and I'm just consciously aware of that constant rolling of, like, there's no time. It's just I don't know, maybe it's I don't know what you'd call it, but it's I've had it numerous times, and eventually going to that point where it's just rolling like this, a rolling mist of white, and it doesn't take me anywhere. It's just I love everybody's comments here because they're so mixed, so you know, reflecting on the people that are speaking. And so thanks. It's great seeing everybody. And thanks ever so much, Kevin.
Thank you, Bill. I love that. Keep bringing us that white light, that mist. It's beautiful. Carol says, I'm wanting to have an experience, and so I'm going to create. Monica, that stood out for me. Thank you for that part of the message. Yes. Nice. Monica loves the rolling whiteness too. So. But Bill, that just keeps rolling. Yes. Anyone else before we go?
Yeah.
Yes,
Hi. Usually when I do meditations like this, I kind of like slide down and come back into my body and sort of leave up where I was. And I bring the experience with me. But this time it was sort of like, well, should we go back down? And we'll just we'll go back down together and just back down into our body. And it was at that point when you were talking about, well, how would you describe what you're feeling? And it just kind of felt like I was really all plumped up. It was like, yeah, we're all in here together, but we're not schizophrenic. So it was just really kind of fun to be up there in the cosmos and know that I'm up here and I'm being me up here, and then bringing that back down and I'm still being me down here as well. So just really kind of, it was fun to just have that be the ending and the beginning, and just it's just sort of nice to not end it, as Monica was saying, which was really very cool.
Nice. I love that. Yeah, it's great when we can play with that.
Yeah, it was.
Let it be light and playful like that.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Cindy. All right. Well, before we go, I want to, thank Anna Wise for these last months of this amazing book, and also put in the chat. Now, if you look, I don't know if you can scroll to the top of the chat. If everybody can see, I've put the name of the book that we're going to use next. So can everybody see The Blooming of a Lotus by Thich Nhat Hanh up at the top of the chat?
I cannot.
Okay, let me, all right, I'm going to type it in again. So, Blooming of a Lotus.
Kevin, copy and paste should be available to you.
Yeah, I
people don't see anything that you put in the chat after they
joined.
before they came in.
Okay, great. So there it is, The Blooming of a Lotus by Thich Nhat Hanh. So if you like to read along with us as we go through, this book is going to be a little more free form how we go through it, but wonderful book if you haven't read it before. It really gives you the essence of Thich Nhat Hanh's being and teaching, and then a wealth of guided meditations. So we'll be reading from the book and then using our usual cues to flow into it, as Wendy described, and then we'll be using wording from Thich Nhat Hanh. He has a very specific style of guiding meditation, which is wonderful and really gets you into a certain rhythm and insight. And so anyway, we'll be starting with that next week, and Stephen should be back with us next week as well. I think he's probably traveling back to Japan as we speak. So just a few things from the chat. Let's see, Susan says, I left out that my funnel going out of my crown was like a liquid diamond with many facets. Awesome. Love that. Yeah, I can feel that. And Fred says, oh, that's an inspiring choice. I'll buy it too. Wonderful. Great. Glad you like it. Yeah, I think you all really enjoyed that book. All right. Well, I want to thank all of you for being here. Thank you for being so dedicated to our Thursday evening or Friday morning for those of you in Australia and other parts. Or the middle of the night if you're in Europe, like Fred. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to Humanities team for hosting us, and to Garth, as always, for handling the controls and the recording. So have a wonderful week. We'll see you again, same time, same place, same link. And as always, feel free to invite anybody you'd like to join us. This is open to everyone. So, all right. Have a wonderful week. Love and blessings to all. Bye for now.
Thank
Bye.
you.
So
Thank
much,
you,
everybody.
Take care.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Everybody, thank you.